This is a nice little dish using a whole cauliflower, which I'm going to roast, kind of like a centerpiece. You could serve this with maybe a few potatoes, a few nice, good, hearty kind of salad or something like that. But this is kind of like, if you could imagine, a center joint. Cauliflower is this lovely meaty texture. But first thing I'm going to do is very quickly run through this one. Very, very simple recipe. I'm going to do it with a kind of a North African dish, Harissa. My pronunciation probably terrible as usual, but it's a lovely kind of a spicy, pepper, tomatoey, fragrant kind of condiment that you'll commonly see, using lots of cumin, smoked paprika and so on. But first job anyway, cauliflower. I've just trimmed off the leaves, whole cauliflower, lightly boiling salted water, lightly salted water I should say. Just going to pop that into the water, just to tenderize the cauliflower down a little bit. And now, while that's cooking, I'm just going to make my harissa, which is very, very simple. What I've done is about 2 roasted red peppers. You could roast them yourself. Air fryer is great. Just get 2 peppers, throw them in the air fryer, cook them, take the seeds out, and you have your roasted red peppers. Or you can do what I done and just buy a jar of them. I think this is about a 200-gram jar, gave about 180 grams of pepper, thereabouts. I've used the yellow ones and the red ones. You could just use red, you could just use yellow. It's kind of whatever takes your fancy. But anyhow, I kept some of the juice from the pepper in there, into the food processor. Also into that, I have a tablespoon of cumin. I have a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I have about half a chili. You could use more if you wanted to make it quite hot, but again, and it is traditionally a very spicy condiment as well. But I've also used about half or 3/4 a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, which is actually a very interesting pepper. There's a lot of evidence showing or speculation that it might be quite a particularly anti-inflammatory ingredient and one to try and incorporate into your diet. So I decided to go with the cayenne pepper. I have 4 cloves of garlic. I probably should have peeled them first, but just peeled. Four cloves of garlic in there, nice garlicky concoction this. And then I have 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, tomato puree. About 40 ml of a good olive oil. And then I like to give a nice citrusy lift. It's used by sometimes I find. So I've got the juice and the zest of both one orange and one lemon. Just going to pop those in there as well. I think that gives a lovely citrusy lift. And then I've got about a pinch of salt in there, a little bit of black pepper. And then I've used some garden herbs here. I've got chives, oregano, some fennel. If you could only get some basil, which is quite easy to get, a little bit of parsley or something like that, get what you can get. Kind of the nice, kind of more Mediterranean-y, softer herbs. I'm just going to pop those in there just to give a nice kind of herbiness to this. So now it's only a case of just blending all of this together. And that's our basic harissa. So a little taste of that. And you get this wonderfully spicy, fragrant sauce, which has multiple uses. So I'm just going to take this out, transfer it into a little bowl. And then what I'm going to do is get my cauliflower. Again, this is a lovely quick dish. So, Just going to transfer that out, and you have this lovely, very, very useful little condiment. I'm just going to take those out of the way. And then with that, I'm going to just use a pastry brush is all you need then, and a nice oven suitable dish. I like one that you can potentially even present the cauliflower in, so that you could just use it as a centerpiece, and it makes life very easy. So I've used a nice kind of earthenware dish on this one. And then what I'm going to do is just check my cauliflower. And I just turned that over as I was cooking as well. And that's already quite tender. So I'm just going to remove the cauliflower from the water. Dry out any surplus water. That's already lightly salted water as well, so it shouldn't require any more seasoning. And I'm just going to pop it into my dish. Now if you wanted, you could add some beans around here and make it a more complete meal. I probably even should have done something like that, because I like the idea of making nice complete meals. But anyhow, there's our cauliflower. When it's still hot then, generously, let's brush the Harissa all over it. And I've preheated my oven then to as hot a temperature as it can go. So I've got about 250 degrees on it. And what I'm going to do is then pop this in, because don't forget this is all cooked, so it's only a case of just finishing it essentially now at this stage. So nice generous amount, get it on nice and thick, the Harissa on it. And then it's just a case of then popping that into the oven, hottest temperature you can, and about 10-15 minutes, and you should get this lovely, charry, real interesting piece of cauliflower dish. So, into the oven there. Actually, I thought it might be useful just before I pop that into the oven, just to show you how I've added on the Harissa. Just nice thick layers, just to give you an idea what it should look like. And now, for the second time, that's ready for the oven. Now after about 15 minutes, that's how this looks in the oven. So it's getting lovely kind of a glaze on it and so on. But what I'm going to do now is, I didn't want to put these at the beginning, is those seeds I got earlier, I'm just going to sprinkle them over. This is about half cooked, generous amount. Now these are one of these seed selections. There's chia seeds here, pumpkin seeds, sunflower, flax seeds, a whole range of different seeds. You can buy these lovely mixed packets. But I'm just going to pop those all on there. And then I'm just going to pop that back into the oven again, and now let those seeds kind of crunch up and get toasty. So after about a total cooking time of about 25 minutes in the oven, with those seeds now got lovely and toasty and nice on top. So what I'm going to do now is, just to finish this a little bit more, is, as you can see, the seeds, they've got a lovely colour on them. I'm going to get a little bit more of the sauce, which is uncooked. I'm just going to drizzle that all over the place. Don't be fancy, just don't completely smother it, because you want some of those seeds. And then I just add a few extra chives. You could use a bit of parsley, anything at all. And I'm just going to give a nice, generous, about 3 tablespoons of the chives on top there. And that is it, our nice roasted cauliflower Harissa. And this would be a lovely centerpiece to a meal that you could do with, well, with goodness knows what. It would go well with loads of different things. But it's kind of more a centerpiece. Again, I could have put beans in there and things, rested their cauliflower on top and so on, and made it into more of a casserole. Very versatile, very, very tasty dish.